Hello and welcome back to WePC. Corsair are one of the biggest names in the peripheral industry, and today we have the pleasure of reviewing the Corsair HS60 Pro Surround gaming headset. Now, we have tested and reviewed many of Corsair's peripherals over the last 12 months, with most of them receiving quite positive feedback in performance and build quality. So what we're going to do is we'll put the Corsair HS60 Pro Surround headset through its paces to see how it stacks up against competitively priced alternatives in sound performance, microphone quality, build quality and general purpose usage. So with all that in mind, let's waste no further time and see what the Corsair HS60 Pro Surround has to offer. As always, we'll start firstly with the design, and like always, Corsair has done a great job of making the HS60s look stylish and sleek, and not to mention more premium than their price tag would suggest. This is 100% the type of headset that can be used for gaming 1 minute, then plugged into your mobile while riding public transport the next. The Corsair HS60 is almost identical to the HS50s, boasting the same fairly large ear cups and stitched headbands, and those ear cups come equipped with a metallic mesh cover over the back, which plays host to the Corsair logo. The ear padding is memory foam and comes accompanied with some nicely placed yellow stitching. Holding those ear cups are two metal forks that run right through the headband, finished with a smooth coating and contrasting with the splashes of yellow really nicely. Further Corsair branding can be seen on top with the headband, and Corsair's name is embossed with a shiny offset finish. Now unfortunately, the underside of the headband is fairly firm and doesn't offer a great deal in the comfort department. As far as controls are concerned, Corsair has kept things pretty simple here. There are volume controls and a mute button on the left ear cup for on-the-fly tweaking, and the microphone can be found directly next to the volume controls too. The microphone itself looks fairly basic, but does offer a lot of positional versatility and good strength, so thumbs up there. Like always, one of the first things I noticed about this headset was just how good the quality felt. Pretty standard from Corsair though, to be honest. They've clearly used very good materials throughout the entirety of this headset, and it feels like it could certainly stand the test of time. But one downside regarding the general build quality of the headset is the volume control on the ear cup. They feel a little lackluster and could be a potential area of failure sometimes down the road. On the flip side, the microphone mute button feels very tactile and well made, offering a nice click upon toggling, which is always a really refreshing sound. The cable feels extremely strong and is made using thick braid, which definitely feels like an improvement over the more generic rubberized cable found in many other budget offerings. Although running some light robustness testing, it is worth mentioning that while the headband feels extremely well made, when I did try bending it and applied some force, I did hear two fairly large clicks. But apart from that, this headset holds up pretty well from a build quality point of view. One area that I feel often falls short with Corsair headsets is comfort, and unfortunately that seems to be the case with the HS60 Pros. The HS60s fall into the lower end of the weight spectrum, sitting at a slender 317 grams, meaning they aren't going to provide any excess strain on the head and neck over long gaming sessions, which is positive. But the headband doesn't really offer much comfort at all. Corsair has used a thin layer of memory foam in the headband, and it feels quite firm and obvious when you're using it over long periods of time. It's just not going to hold up. The ears then don't come directly into contact with my ear, and I noticed that my ears got a little hot after a few hours of usage, mainly thanks to the closed back design. Now that design is out of the way. It's time to take a closer look at some of the more technical aspects of the headset. Like always, I decided to start off by listening to a number of different music genres to see what kind of range the headset had to play with. Straight off the bat, the first thing I noticed was that the headset had that beautiful, powerful bass, and it sounded extremely rich, offering that trademark boomy characteristic that is such a hit amongst music lovers these days. The low mids also provide a lovely, rich tone that sounded very nice amongst the mix itself, while the highs were equally as impressive as those lows. Being completely honest, I thought the HS60 sounded very well rounded, even more so when you consider the price point and some of the competition that it comes up against. It stacks up really well. Now, music aside, it was time to fire up a couple of games to see what the results were in gaming. I decided to play Warzone, which is my favourite at the moment, and the sound was really prominent, really great for immersion and the realism in it. Grenades and sniper shots go off right next to your head, and it's fantastic when it comes to spatial awareness. Now, unfortunately, because this headset offers a fair amount of bass through the lows and the mids, it sometimes can be quite difficult to pick out those crisp footsteps of enemy players. Now, that being said, users do have the option to fire up IQ and alter the EQ balance, bringing the bass back down to a more manageable level. Speaking of which, IQ is when users have the ability to toggle that infamous 7.1 virtual surround sound of the headset. We've tested a bunch of headsets that offer that vital surround sound, and more often than not, it leaves me with a little bit of a bitter taste in my mouth. While 7.1 surround sound seems like a great feature and does offer some functionality, it's a great way of muddying the sounds of a perfectly good headset. Moving on to the microphone, the Corsair HS60 Pro Surround comes with a detachable microphone that slots into a small port on the left ear cup. Now, in terms of build quality, the microphone actually feels pretty strong, does have a lot to offer in terms of flexibility as well. And as far as sound quality was concerned, the microphone was extremely clear. My teammates were more than happy with the clarity of this headset, and never once did they struggle to understand or hear my callouts. In terms of frequency, it was apparent straight away that the microphone lacked a lot of bass and mids, but on the plus side, the microphone did come equipped with its own boom cover, which helped soften the voice output when in game. That being said, it was fairly sensitive to breathing and key presses. Whilst it was extremely clear, it fell short in the bass department, making my voice sound a little bit on the tinny side. Like most of today's best-selling headsets, the Corsair HS60 comes with its own unique set of features that helps boost its effective value for money. And let's take a closer look at those features. Unlike many of today's headsets that have been designed for PC users, the Corsair HS60 comes equipped with multi-platform versatility, working across pretty much every single platform and device that offers standard 3.5mm audio ports. We also have the IQ software package and everything it has to offer, which, unlike other headsets in the budget price bracket, is a fairly standout feature. The Corsair HS60 comes with a very user-friendly software package that allows changes to be made to the headset sound. And as we mentioned earlier, users that would like to use the 7.1 surround sound will be able to do so by toggling it in the IQ software. They'll also be able to fully tweak the EQ settings of the headset, creating a sound that is more accustomed to their specific needs. So there you have it, our comprehensive review of the Corsair HS60 Pro Surround gaming headset. And as we come to the end of this review, we like to give our final thoughts and impressions and answer the big question on people's minds. Is it worth your money? Ultimately, I was very impressed with this headset right from the word go. And I thought the headset looked more than premium for its $70 price tag. After using this headset for a good while, it was plainly clear that the sound quality was pretty good and offered a well-rounded experience. The bottom line is this: if you're in the market for an extremely well-made headset that offers excellent build quality, decent sound, and some useful features like cross-platform versatility and EQ controls, then this should be high on your list of considerations. Thanks for watching, and as always, we'll have links to the products in the description below. If you like what you see, and not just me, then why not consider subscribing to WePC?